Wow. Okay, so we're diving into what's described as a burst of venomous yet vital truth. This comes from a source that calls itself the Sapphire Jester, and it's promising to tell us the story of a figure named Wotan, this overman forged in a cosmic forge. It's all about laughter from a mountaintop. Let's see what that's all about. And just like that, it's like we're being pulled right in, you know? It feels like by even tuning in, we've kind of summoned this thing. The performance is starting now. And there it is, that voice. It's not just an introduction, it's an attack, a direct jab at anyone it calls dust lickers and dream sleepers, which, let's be honest, is anyone just passively scrolling? Yeah, this is not a gentle wake-up call. This is a bucket of ice water to the face. So, this is the main event. The Grand Joke of Wotan. And you gotta look at that subtitle. The only story that matters. I mean, that's a heck of a claim, right? This isn't just another story. It's being presented as the story. The one meant to completely upend how we see things. The Jester immediately goes after our deepest fears, especially the whole cosmic horror thing. You know, the creeping shadows, the giant monsters from space. And it just dismisses it all. Calls it background music to your own cowardice. I mean, talk about a harsh take. So, for the Jester, real cosmic horror isn't some squid monster from another dimension. No, the real horror is internal. It's that gut punch feeling when you stare into the mirror and face the vast, crushing meaninglessness of it all. The real enemy isn't something you fight. It's a void you have to look right into and still say yes to. Okay, so after trashing our fears, the Jester sets its sights on our heroes. And you can just feel the sarcasm dripping off this question. It's pretty clear it's about to tear down our idea of what a hero is supposed to be. And boom, here's the contrast laid bare. On one side, you've got what it calls weak heroes, the ones who just whine about the void and weep because the old rules don't apply anymore. But then you've got Wotan. He doesn't complain, he acts. He doesn't cry about the death of God. He grabs a brush and paints with pure will. It's all about radical action over passive despair. So this is the core of it all, this idea of playing the joke back. The universe might be a meaningless joke, but Wotan's response is to tell an even better one. Meaning isn't something you go out and find like a lost set of keys. It's something you have to forge, maybe even violently create with sheer force of will. This image is just so powerful, isn't it? It's not about being careful. It's not about testing the waters. It's about this defiant shout of yes as you just hurl yourself into the unknown. The power, according to the Jester, comes from the leap itself. So this really nails down what the Jester thinks a real hero is. It's not someone born special or chosen by destiny. It's someone who gets that freedom isn't some prize you win. It's this constant, brutal, agonizing fight with yourself to overcome who you were yesterday and become something more. Okay, so how do you become this sovereign being? Well, you start by smashing gods. But the weapon of choice here is interesting. It's not anger, it's not a hammer, it's something way more powerful, apparently. Laughter. And here's the first part of the big, savage joke. The core truth you have to accept before you can get any real power. It's the realization that you are completely, utterly, terrifyingly alone. No one's coming to save you, there's no safety net. But wait, because that terror, it flips. It becomes something else entirely. If you're alone, that means you are also gloriously, completely responsible for everything, for your whole world. The responsibility is crushing, but the freedom, the power, it's absolute. And then the Jester just lays it out for us, a kind of wild four-step guide to becoming this overman. Realize you're alone. Shatter all your old, comfortable beliefs. Embrace the chaos of it all. And then my favorite part, become a beautiful disaster. It suggests that your best self isn't perfect and polished. It's a powerful, creative, magnificently messy force of nature. Which brings us to the end. And it's not a conclusion, really. It's more like a dare. A final challenge being thrown right at us. So the challenge starts here. Step 1 is to truly internalize that terror of being completely, fundamentally alone. And then from that terror, you have to seize the flip side, the absolute glory of being the one in charge of your own universe. And finally, you have to recognize the only tool that matters, Not hope, not faith, just pure, active, ferocious will, the engine that creates reality. So it all ends with a command, a push out the door. Go and become the punchline. What does that even mean? Maybe it's about living a life so defiant, so filled with your own will and your own laughter, that the cold, indifferent cosmos has no choice but to stop and take notice. And on that note, the Jester is gone.